unboxing because we had an exciting piece of technology show up in our deliveries this week. And as you might be able to tell by now, it was the new Pro Display XDR from Apple. And it's not every day that you unbox something so unique from Apple, so I decided to share it with all of you. I hope you enjoy. Now, full disclosure, this is not my screen. This is Steven's screen, so he will be the master of ceremonies during the unboxing today. Steven could barely contain his excitement and already tore open the box before I got any video equipment ready to tape it. There are these large pads of foam in all of the corners and around the edges so that the actual Pro XDR box inside of it was almost like it was floating in there. So that was pretty cool. I expected the packaging to be beautiful, as Apple's packaging usually is, and this did not disappoint. Also, it's really cool to see Apple packaging on such a big product. The cardboard was super smooth and kind of like a very high quality cardboard, almost plastic feeling. And the design was minimalist, and it even has a handle on top so you can carry it around if you would like to do that. Also, pro tip, do keep the box, because if you ever do need to move, you'll definitely want to reuse the box to move it with. It's much better than trying to find a box that's going to fit this display. On the side of the box, it has this little box nestled right in there that holds the Thunderbolt cable, the power cord, some stickers, and instructions in case you need those. We'll peel back this layer of fabric, and the screen is just below. What a purchase. So yes, we are publishing this a little later than our day one or day none rule that we usually employ when it comes to new technology. But with the screen being $5,000 and the stand being another $1,000, and us being just kind of your average home users of Apple products, it just took us a little bit longer to make that plunge. And to Apple's credit, they didn't make this screen for the everyday home user. They made it to compete with professional reference displays. Now, if you don't know what a professional reference display is, you're not alone. Neither did I before I did a little bit of research before this video. Professional reference display screens are used by cinematographers, they're used by colorists, professional photographers, people who really are power users of screens. And the kind of screens that they use and the kind of screens that they purchase to do their work can range all the way up to $30,000 to $40,000. So when Apple created the Pro Display XDR, they created it to compete with those kinds of screens. So keeping that in mind, $5,000 actually doesn't sound that bad. The 32-inch 6K Retina display offers more than 20 million pixels for a super sharp, high-resolution viewing with color support for true-to-life colors. You might not think 6K is that much more impressive than 4K, but it is. Going from 4K to 6K increases your pixels by 245%. That's a lot. Steven went with the glossy screen option, but there is a nano texture option that is available on the Pro Display. It is an extra $1,000, but it's really cool, and then it basically it's like an anti-glare coating, except it's not a coating at all. It's actually a very, very tiny etching from behind the screen that reduces the glare that you would get from high light situations. But we went ahead and skipped that feature because we didn't want anything to interfere with the super sharp crispness of this screen. And I'm really glad we did. The screen looks great. Isn't the screen beautiful? Speaking of beautiful, we have to talk about the back. Now, some people have compared this back to a cheese grater, but I think it's personally just a gorgeous aluminum lattice design. That's how I'm going to describe it. It's almost a shame that this design has to be facing the wall almost all the time. But in addition to being beautiful, it actually serves a useful function as well. Number one, it makes the screen lighter so that it's, only 16.5 pounds, which makes it a lot easier to move up and down on the Pro stand or whatever arm you have it attached to. It also increases airflow to the screen and serves as kind of a heat sink. When you put your hand behind it, it feels slightly warm, but it never ever gets hot, and there's no sound at all. It's amazing. On the back of the screen, we also have, important to note, Thunderbolt cable connection as well as 3 USB-C ports. One other thing that you should know about this screen is there are no buttons on the screen. There's not an on button, there's not an off button. Those are the same things, but there's none of those. There's no adjustments, there's no way to control any aspect of the screen except for on the computer. To be honest, it works best on a Mac. There are ways that you can hook this up to a Windows computer, but with the little research that I did, it seems very complicated, and you should probably just stick with Macs. We have to talk about the Pro stand for a minute. The Pro stand arrived about a week prior to the screen, so we've been sitting and looking at it for about that long. It is a solid piece of aluminum, and quite honestly, it's beautifully designed. It holds the screen via a very, very strong magnet. It's an impressive looking magnet. However, when I saw Stephen about to attach this very expensive screen to this beautiful stand with nothing but a magnet, I was a little apprehensive. But I needn't have worried. It almost guided itself into place and snapped in so solidly that I could tell that it worked perfectly. And it did. Did you see how it just guided itself in there? You didn't even have to do anything. The stand allows you to adjust the height of the screen, and again, with a single touch of a finger. And it rotates into portrait mode as well as landscape. I don't even know that I could see all the way up the screen in portrait mode, but it's there if you'd like the option. Now, the stand doesn't move horizontally, but it's fairly easy to move it around on your desk and get it positioned the way you'd like. There's so much viewing space. Do you really need to move it? Stephen has been using this screen now for about a week, and he could not be happier. It makes all of our other screens, which weren't cheap either, look, well, cheap. We're very happy with the Pro Display XDR on the Pro stand in our home office. And if it fits into your budget, I would recommend it. It was definitely worth the wait. So thank you for watching my video today and for letting me share with you the experience of unboxing a Pro Display XDR from Apple. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel, where you'll get videos like this once in a while, but most often I'll probably be talking about travel. So just be forewarned. Thanks guys, bye.